So let's take a look at fractions. Now, fractions are a topic that can really make people nervous. So I want to go through what they are, and then we'll develop some more ideas with fractions. First off, what is a fraction? Well, a fraction is a part divided by a whole. Okay, it's a little abstract. It's the number, let's say, of a part of something versus the number of the whole. Let me give you an example. Suppose we have this. We have 3 dots, and originally the whole is 1, 2, 3. But let's say this one disappeared, and we're left with these 2. So of the whole, 2 remain out of the original 3. Say another example, if you have, say, pizzas, and you cut up a pizza, say, into 8 slices. And it's a popular pizza, people like it. And very quickly, it gets mostly eaten. There's only 3 slices left. So the whole was 8 slices, and there's only 3 left. So that's 3 out of 8, or 3/8. And when we talk about this part over whole, you can think of it that way. 2 out of the 3 beads or dots remain. 3 out of the original 8 slices of pizza are left. So that's what a fraction is. Now, sometimes you'll have what's called an improper fraction. And an improper fraction is when the top number is equal to or greater than the bottom number. Now, a proper fraction is what we saw earlier. That's when the top number is smaller than the bottom number. But when the top number is equal or greater, we have what's called an improper fraction. So for example, let's say we have our pizzas. Divide this into 8 slices. And this is when the pizza first arrives. And let's say you ordered only 1 pizza. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 slices in this pizza. So we have 8 out of 8 slices. All the slices are there. So this is an improper fraction. Now, suppose what happens is you went to the pizza place to pick up your pizza, and they were late for some reason. They forgot to get the pizza ready on time. You had to wait half an hour. And the manager felt so bad about it. They gave you an extra pizza for free. So you have more than what you need. You just wanted this 1 pizza for dinner, but now you've got 2. So for dinner, you just needed 8 slices, but now you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, more than you need. For a whole dinner, you just needed 8 slices, but now you've got 16. So this would be an improper fraction. There's more than the whole. You can also think of it as like extra credit or just too much. So that's an improper fraction. The last thing we're going to see with fractions is what's called a mixed number. And this is when you have a number of wholes plus a part. We'll revisit this when we get to decimal numbers. But suppose a mixed number looks something like this. 1.5. What does this mean? It means there's a whole plus a half. So if we describe this in terms of pizzas, you might have a whole pizza here. And then we have half a pizza more. One and a half. Or we could have written this as 1 and 4 out of 8. Could have written it that way too. I'll talk about that later. Maybe not to confuse things, instead of pizzas, let's stick to 1.5 here. Suppose we have apples. So we'd have a whole apple plus half an apple. So this would be 1.5. Now, you might be saying, well, this sort of looks like an improper fraction, maybe, because you have a whole plus more than the whole. Well, that's correct. There is a relationship between mixed numbers and improper fractions. In fact, you can turn them into each other. So they're very much connected. So with the improper fraction, you had a whole plus some extra credit. Same thing here. You've got a whole and some extra credit too. Another example of a mixed number. Let's say we have 2 2/3. So let's go back to some pizzas here. So we're cutting pizzas into 3 slices. So this is going to be 2 wholes plus 2 out of 3. So you have 2 wholes plus 2 out of 3. And that's what a mixed number is. And probably the key thing to remember with this, there's that hidden plus sign between the fraction and the whole number. So that's an introduction to fractions. We'll get more into these. Any questions? Let me know.